DLC being converted into a full release isn't anything new. Off the top of my head, I can think of several, including Tears of the Kingdom, which had been initially envisioned as Breath of the Wild DLC, and Assassin's Creed Mirage, which would have been for Assassin's Creed Valhalla. In the best case scenario, DLC turns into a full game because the developers have so many ideas for the DLC that the scope expands into a full release. You can argue that Tears of the Kingdom has a lot of the same world and gameplay as Breath of the Wild, but few people will claim that it wasn't enough content for a full price release. Then we have Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, that was initially planned as extra content for Modern Warfare 2 before being converted into a full release. Unfortunately, unlike Breath of the Wild or Assassin's Creed Mirage, Modern Warfare 3 feels like cut content, and the DLC taken from Modern Warfare 2 and repackaged into its own game. Nothing exemplifies that more than the game's lackluster and lazy campaign.
All stations, this is your commander, Vladimir Makarov. Call sign Tsar 90 actual. I have the con. Move to phase 3. Out. On me.
Set after the events of Modern Warfare 2, obviously, Modern Warfare 3's campaign is confusing, short, and awkwardly paced. Let's start with the story itself. It requires the player to not only have played Modern Warfare 2's main campaign, but the additional seasonal content that was released afterwards. So if you played Modern Warfare 2 without diving deeper into that content, like I did, you'll be surprised by the return of characters that were supposed to be dead. Worse, allegiances have shifted and grievances put behind them, making character motivations murky and confusing. The story jumps right into the action with a mission to a Russian gulag to free Makarov, the main antagonist of the game. This first mission is a highlight of the entire campaign, with its fast pace, good action, and well-designed map. But after that, things go off the rails. Let me ask you a question. Which do you think takes more work to make? A carefully crafted campaign mission with set pieces, unique maps, and scripted sequences, or an open-world multiplayer map filled with markers and bots? Call of Duty campaigns are generally short, but they take a lot of work to develop because they require storytelling, maps that follow certain routes and rules, and a lot of attention to detail. But Modern Warfare 3 was intended to be DLC, and the developers obviously didn't have the time to build a campaign like that. So they went with a quick, dirty, and lazy route. The campaign flows like this. It starts with a great mission that the developers took time to create and craft, and then there are several other missions like that sprinkled throughout the campaign. They are memorable missions that stay with you. But most of the content in this campaign is open world, lazy map marker missions where your character is placed on the edge of a map and pointed in several directions to find an intel target, or for example, pick up a GPS tracker. These items are located in what is essentially large multiplayer maps with AI bots. It was the easiest and quickest way to make a campaign mission. Littered throughout these converted multiplayer maps are weapon crates to give you new guns and other upgrades, which is also just an excuse to explore the maps and pad the length. Some of these missions you can accomplish in minutes if you know exactly what you're doing. It speaks to a rushed development and greed. The campaign takes 5 to 7 hours to complete, depending on how motivated you are to blast through these open world missions.
Tell them who I am, what you gave me, and why.
No one else had the balls to do what I did for you. For all of you.
Then do the right thing, General.
All your intel on Makarov, your boy Greaves on a leash.
Say yes, you get a warm ride home.
Graphically, it looks the same as Modern Warfare 2. It looks good, but nothing truly unique has been introduced, and it's not game-changing. The frames per second is steady, and I encountered only a few bugs. But there were a bunch of AI problems with my companions and the bots. They would float through walls, they would oddly slide across the ground, and they had trouble coordinating. But let's talk about the technical aspects. Modern Warfare 3 is built on the back of Modern Warfare 2. It's like a parasite latching onto its host. Similar to Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3 uses the Call of Duty launcher and requires multiple 100 gigabyte downloads. By the time I was finished installing it, I had over 260 gigabytes of data downloaded. Then, when I was in the middle of playing, a new update dropped. It was an additional 100 gigabytes of data. Call of Duty games have gotten ridiculous with their size requirements. New updates promise to limit the amount of data you need to download to play, but I still had to use up over 30% of my Xbox Series X's storage capacity for a single game. It makes it difficult to keep Call of Duty on your hard drive if you're the type of player that likes to have a few options to choose from. Maybe you're playing another game like a story-heavy adventure game or something, and you want to play a quick Call of Duty multiplayer match in between sessions. Well, good luck keeping Call of Duty installed. Once you get the game installed, the interface itself is pretty easy to use. It does push you to play Modern Warfare 3 over any other Call of Duty games you have installed, but it's easy to find those matches. For gameplay, it's COD, so basically the same as Modern Warfare 2. Multiplayer has similar game modes, weapon loadouts, and kill times as previous entries. But I want to focus this review on gameplay on the return of zombie mode, MWZ. It was absent from Modern Warfare 2, which was a disappointment, but Modern Warfare 3 knocks it out of the park with this zombie mode. This isn't the classic survive so many rounds against endless waves of zombies while trying to accomplish little tasks. They've taken zombies and turned it into an extraction shooter. The premise is simple. You select your operator and weapon loadout from a few insured items that you unlock, meaning these items you always have access to. You're dropped into an open world map with either a squad of players or alone if that's your preference. The world can be populated by dozens of other players, all doing their own thing in this large map filled with zombies. Here, you collect essence for upgrades, which is essentially money, do missions to progress the zombie storyline, or just mess around for fun. There's a time limit on this map. You have 45 minutes to do what you need to do and exfil through one of the few locations available. If you miss that time limit, the number of exfil points gradually reduce until you're stuck and you die, losing everything you found in the map. The first few times you enter this area, you're going to be doing simple missions or collecting items to exfil with, making your next trips into the map easier. The map has 3 distinct zones, and they range from tier 1 to 3, each progressively harder with more enemies, better weapons available, and bosses. You need to use a pack-a-punch machine to upgrade your weapon to match the tier of the zone. So when you start, you'll be doing most of your missions in the outside, tier 1, where things are generally easier and you can get by with regular weapons. But as you progress, you're going to need upgrades and boosts to survive. There is a storyline in zombie mode, with a very cinematic ending that I won't spoil, but MWZ is easily the best part of Modern Warfare 3. There are dozens, if not hundreds of hours of fun to be found in MWZ, and my only complaint is that longtime players are starved for additional content.
Come again, Bravo. Bravo, your signal's weak. Come again.
In the blind, we have 2 missiles incoming to the Arc Club base. They have chemical warheads. If you are there, get out.
This could be a good end.
It's not.
And that's it. My review for Modern Warfare 3. It's pretty short and sweet, but there's not much to say since it's very similar to Modern Warfare 2. If I can sum up this game, don't pick it up expecting a stellar campaign mode. But it is worth playing if you enjoy the multiplayer of COD, but it's especially worth it for the new zombie mode. The best part is, it's currently available on Game Pass, which is the best place to play it. I'm the Casual Console Gamer, and I'll see you all in the next review.